Assalamu alaikum everybody, welcome to the second part of your ICT IGCSE second chapter, input and output devices. And as I mentioned in the previous video, that we're going to continue with cameras. So let's get started. We have two types of cameras. We have the digital cameras, and then we have the video cameras and webcams. The digital camera, which is this guy right here, it was really way better in taking pictures than our cell phones previously, but right now cell phones and digital cameras are really good. They take really good quality pictures. So what is a digital camera? Digital cameras capture digital photographs that can be stored on a memory card or a hard disk and displayed on screen. I guess that is a definition good enough for an assessment. Now let's go straight to advantages and disadvantages of that. Well, digital cameras, the picture can be seen immediately and erased if it is not good enough. Well, you take a picture, you look at it, if it's good, you keep it. If it's not good, you can erase it. With a regular manual camera, you can't do that because it's imprinted on a film directly. Digital images can be manipulated or, more readily than those on a film. You can apply filters, crop them directly. The image can be used in other electronic documents. You can directly insert them on a PDF file and so on. Advantages and disadvantages of digital cameras over a traditional film cameras. Okay, the storage device, usually a memory card. Those guys have a memory card that you can insert over here, and you can easily remove and insert it on a laptop, computer, whatever device that you want to copy them on. So usually a memory card may become full so that images are not saved. So when you're taking lots of pictures in the middle of a party or something, and then the memory card gets full, you won't be able to take more pictures. The memory card may become corrupted, so you have to buy a new one, and you will lose everything that you have on that memory card. The camera battery may run out so that photographs cannot be taken. So those are the advantages and disadvantages of the digital camera. Video cameras and webcams. Video cameras are used to record moving pictures or videos that are stored electronically. A video camera can store the data on a memory card just like a digital camera, or it can be linked to a computer in order to feed the video directly into the computer. Like you can like, you know, the weddings where they have a video camera and it's directly sending the feed to the computer, so you don't need an actual a small memory card to record your videos. So a computer in order to feed the video directly into the computer. Once the video is stored on the memory card or a computer, it can be edited and used. Let me first show you the digital camera. This is actually the one that they're talking about, and the screen can flip like that one. You can flip it back and front that way, and this is a big one. Okay, but this is a video camera that's digital, right? And that's the one that they're talking about. Now let's read a little bit about the advantages of that. Taking moving images, and not just still ones. You can actually use it for video, not just pictures. Record audio as well as images. Of course, you will be recording video and audio. Provide a more realistic record of an event, or record of an event. Now the disadvantages of the video cameras are the file size can be very large, which is totally true. A video of 10 minutes can be like over 1 GB, 1 gigabyte. The second disadvantage is that it may need expensive software to edit them. We actually have Adobe Photoshop Premiere. Adobe Premiere. And this one was used widely by channels, TV channels, where you can add a bunch of clips, edit them, have the transition between one video to other, change the audio. You can have one clip playing, and then you will be doing the narration while you'll be narrating the video. And to be honest, this software is like really expensive for individuals, but for a channel, a TV channel, it's not that much. So if we were asked in an assessment, why do we need a video camera? it can be used for leisure by organizations for producing commercial videos, and also for security purposes like the CCTV camera surveillance, right? Now let's move to webcams. Now a webcam with laptops, you'll find it built in. You don't need to buy it for a laptop, okay? But this one is like a USB webcam that you can plug it into any computer. The external one, which is this one, or this one, you can see that it has a wire over there. They have a really good quality of video feed if you want to make Skype calls or FaceTime or so on. We use webcams. What are the webcams? Webcams are a special category of video cameras that have no storage capacity but are connected directly to a computer. Laptops may have a webcam built into the lid, like right above the screen of the laptop, just above the screen. Oh my god. Alright, so that is a definition enough for webcams. Webcams are a special category of a video camera that have no storage capacity but are connected directly to the computer. Okay, in this keywords box, we already know what a digital camera is. A memory card, we define that in the memory or the types of memories chapter. A type of storage device that is used for storing data files and media. They are often used in small portable devices such as cameras and phones. Pixel, now an individual point of light in a digital image. It is a shortened version of picture element, which is the smallest part of the picture. We know what a video camera is, we know what a webcam is. Let's move on. Moving on to microphones, which is another input device. Microphones can be used to input sounds into a computer by converting sound waves into a digital data. Now, for some questions, the advantages of having a device is the use. So we can use it in video conferencing, in adding speech to a presentation like the one that I'm using right now, controlling the computer using spoken commands. All right. The disadvantages are it is that many cheap ones do not give a true representation of the input sound. Like the one that I'm using right now, it's making a little bit of a noise that's making me very annoyed. Yeah. Now let's move to sensors, which is something really new to us and we really need to learn more about. Even if you have, I think a lot of us don't have a really good prior knowledge about sensors. A sensor is a device that detects and responds to some types of input from the environment. It responds to some type of input from the environment, and by the environment we mean light, temperature, motion, and pressure. You can really scratch your head coming up with an example from each and every one. Light, like maybe the phone screen, right? Temperature, again, like maybe the thermometer. Motion is like when you come close to a door and then the door opens. Pressure, maybe the kettle that we use to prepare tea with. Lots and lots of sensors are there. Alright, now advantages of using sensors as devices to collect data. Now we're studying sensors as an input device, remember that. They are more reliable than a human being because a human may forget to take readings. I don't know, maybe a human would forget to open the door for you, but an infrared sensor will not, right? Readings are more accurate than those taken by humans. If it's there, it's there. The computer would know. It is not possible for a human to go to some places where readings need to be taken, like the inside of a reaction vessel where chemical reactions can take place. Dangerous places, right? So those are the advantages of having sensors. Disadvantages are digital sensors are active sensors and need a power source. If there's no power, your device or your system will not operate. If there's a power cut or their battery dies, they will stop working. Passive sensors do not need a power source. For example, a mercury thermometer or a barometer. Those are the kinds that do not require power, passive sensors. Now the last disadvantage is that if the sensors are left at a remote location and malfunction, then their users will not know. Okay, so let's move to temperature sensors. Temperature sensors read the temperature of their surroundings and send the readings to a processor. Let's read a little bit. I think this is how the washing machine work with its sensors. So first it checks if the door is shut, the door of the washing machine, and then it checks the temperature of the water. If it's hot enough, then heat it. If it's not hot enough, no, then heat it up. And if it's hot enough, then start washing the clothes, right? This is a flowchart showing the use of a temperature sensor in a washing machine. So I was correct. Temperature sensors are also used in many other applications, including regulating the temperature of a room in a centrally heated or air-conditioned house, controlling temperature in greenhouses, controlling the heat in reaction vessels in a scientific experiment. Let's head to pressure sensors. Pressure sensors measure pressures and sends the results to the processor where the decision is taken as to what to do. They could be used as part of a burglar alarm system. If pressure readings are sent to a processor, then a decision can be made, like set the alarm up. The processor can decide whether it's enough pressure to indicate a human being or whether it's just a cat passing by or a bird, so that the alarm would go the alarm should not go off, and so on. Alright, the next type of sensor is light sensors. Measures the amount of light falling on them, like again the phone screen. This could be used for something simple like a sensor in a car to decide whether or not to turn the headlights on in a car. In a burglar system, alarm system, if a beam of light is shone onto a light sensor, then someone walking through the beam will reduce the light hitting the sensor, and then the alarm will go on. The information sent to the processor would indicate to it that there was something moving in that area. So those are the three types of sensors that we have over here: temperature sensor, pressure sensor, and the last one is light sensor. Now let's move to light pen, which is another input device. Light pens were light sensitive input devices that were used before the development of touchscreens. They were first used in 1955 and were used to select text, draw pictures, and interact with user interfaces. They were used on the old style CRT monitors, not like the ones that we have today, LCD and all. No, CRT, old style. Okay, and detected changes in the brightness of the minute picture elements that make up the screen. So let's just focus of they were light sensitive input devices that were used before the development of the touchscreen. A light pen was also often used with a graphics tablets, to draw diagrams and illustrations. A graphics tablet is a flat pad that you can draw on using the light pen, or these days a stylus like the one that we use for our active panel or the smart whiteboard, the smart board. It senses the progress of the pen moving over its surface and sends this information to the computer. Now this book is trying to tell us that there's a light pen and there's a stylus. A stylus is a pen-shaped instrument whose tip position on a screen, on a touch screen or tablet, can be detected. It says here, today light pens are no longer used due to the invention of touchscreens, and the light pen had been replaced by a stylus, which allows users to write on the touchscreen much as they would a pad or paper, allowing input for handwriting, drawings, and other gestures. We can also use it, as it says here, can also be used to capture a user's signature if we want to sign a document for digital legal documents. Believe it or not, nowadays people sign digitally. Now let's move on to advantages and disadvantages of stylus and light pen. They had a whole table for stylus and light pen. Okay, advantages: both are easy to use, obviously. Light pens can only be used with some screens. Okay, so the light pen is not used with every device, as stylus can. Both provide accurate positioning. Light pens don't work on LCD screens like the ones that we have nowadays. So the light pen doesn't work on LCD screens. Both are ergonomically designed for ease of hand movement. Both can impair the view of the computer screen that they are being used on. Like when you're drawing something, your hand is blocking the screen. As a user myself, this annoys me a lot. Both don't take up much space on your desk because they're really tiny, obviously. Both are not good for basic operations such as printing, clicking, and selecting from menus. Both are lightweighted. Graphic tablets are relatively expensive. Both have no moving parts. On this note, this would be the end of our second video in input devices, discussing input devices, but this would be our second video and not the last in input and output devices in the second chapter of ICT IGCSE. I hope this video was inclusive. Till I see you in the next video, take good care. Bye.